Yeah. Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ringer, guys. Mike 51. Check pass. Go. Mike 50.
From the gun, Higgins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jabal Sheard. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Last week in the wild card win, he had 7 catches. That's his first one here. Throwing on 1st down. Higgins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Second and 15. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
380. Check. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Wilson. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. 2nd and 4. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Clay Matthews brings the heat and gets the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
from the gun on third down. Higgins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Clay Matthews. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire. And they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The safety, T.J. Ward, in on the stop. Looking to throw on second down. Wilson, he gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Here's Wilson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get him off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Boy, a curious decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Following the fumble recovery, Higgins forced out to his left. And an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. On 1st and 10, Higgins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Looking to throw. Higgins. This complete to Jones. 22 yards there, a first down. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions.
Back of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass for back to throw. Higgins. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
51, Mike 51. Hey, 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 hey. Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, come on out here, come get some.
On 3rd and 2, Higgins looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Higgins. Now he's got it.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week...
And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead grows to 10-0. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. And that will be incomplete as well.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, shifts by him and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
It's a gain of 10 and a 1st down, Chiefs.
On 1st down, here's Breida. Dances by him. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They hand off to their big tight end. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 1. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And going deep for Hill. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Throwing to start the drive. Higgins. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Jabal Sheard getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on second down. Higgins. Oh, he's going to let this. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Goodwin in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Joe Mixon, 79 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got to leave? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Mike 51, go. Go. Mike 51.
To throw on second down, Higgins. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. K-Wan short in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now they run with Mixon. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Go. On it. 58, it's Mike. Rabbit.
Here's Wilson. And an alley to run. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or 2 short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. They'll run with Mixon. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Every day, any day. Big
Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Mixon will try the right side. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Again, it's Mixon. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Higgins. Complete to Jones. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
51, Mike 51. I got it.
On 1st down, Higgins steps away to his left, and he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Higgins. This one into the hands of Metcalf. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him. And
a big loss here as he's taken down. Anthony Walker just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now this throw caught left side. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Higgins. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Now an important extra point here to maybe salt this one away. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. On first down, Mixon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Everson Griffin. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Figuring they're going for it on fourth down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on fourth down. They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he... better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Throwing to start the drive. Higgins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jabal Sheard. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Mike 51, Mike 51. And here we go. Watch the pass. Edge, yeah. 51 to Mike.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. One more hurdle here. They need the 2-point conversion to, for the moment, stay alive in these playoffs. They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Looking to throw on second down. Higgins. Caught by Jones. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down, Kansas City.
Operating from the gun. Higgins. He goes full extension, and he's got it. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. A gain of 3, second down. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Now a first throw here in overtime. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jabal Sheard, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really Really turning in an incredible performance. Here's J.K. Scott now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And some room to roam now. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.
win.
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
Ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Beat the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Beat the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy, and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched, and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. The winner of this one will represent the AFC in Super Bowl 54. And away we go on EA Sports. This is taking you to 13. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here we go. Black 5. 51. You can't block me. Black.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
It's a 14 yards. And the Texans first down.
On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
He gets it complete to Harris. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. They're going on fourth down. It's Roethlisberger. And Robinson with a big catch. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Complete to Watson, the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Looking for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a scoreless game. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Throwing is Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson, rush coming, and he's taken down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. On third down, Wilson buying time to his left. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They'll run with Mixon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a second and 14. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along to control the...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
We're scoreless after 1.
Yeah, let's go 7.
Throwing on second down. Wilson dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10. To throw again, Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On first down, Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 49 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
This will be taken about the 12. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Hey, Delta.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger for Marshall. That's complete. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. Wide 80. Alert, alert.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Linval Joseph able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Here's Hill on the return. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, Mixon. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 25. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, and he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked up by Mike Hughes.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Defensively. Solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Hey, exit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger is going to go for a big play downfield. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point put through by Boswell. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Now it's Wilson under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Bang out, bang out, bang, bang. Minus 50. Let's go, baby. Turnover.
To throw is Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Matt Hawk now. And the way this offense... And look at this, it's a fake. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And that will force a turnover on downs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his guys will take over. their own 44-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
14.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. It's caught by Bryant. A gain there of 30 big ones. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Luke Kuechly coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack on first down, Wilson, he'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Play action. Now Wilson sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. Finding Green complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. He's got Green. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Ross. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Roethlisberger. And this is complete. It's Marshall. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Running out of the gun with White. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row. But only 2 yards to show for it.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Now Wilson back into his end zone. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. And look at this, another fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for...
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. With state prop, you looking bleak now. I was home to sleep, designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak, they listen. Couldn't find it, so she fishing. Who the crew? It wasn't you. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank.
Yeah.
up and up, it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When up and up, it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me When up and up, it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Always
both hands together and I'm saying amen, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him, man, can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a bosses. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you for this one. And Charles, defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And I'm sure for these guys, the break from the conference championship to the Super Bowl seems so long. To get out here and score that first touchdown has to take some tension out of the game.
Oh, I love the point you just made about the gap between. Think about the pressure that is built in the interim. To come out and get the first points in the Super Bowl, fantastic for the team. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here's Taylor. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. The give to Taylor. They find some open field here. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 54 yards on the ground. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. Taylor. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. Back to throw. Rose.
His path became similar to almost...
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Quick, 380! Check 55, Mike. I'm coming!
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. The 33-yard line.
Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now Wilson. Being chased out left. Deep ball for Goodwin. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 70 yards, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Rose. And this is going to be incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
And that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. $12 yards on the return that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run here with Mixon. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints' 23. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. 23 yards for the touchdown. As the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now stands at 13. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Boswell for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards. Here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a
big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl as his guys are back within a single score. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. One rushing, one receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball in the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
This is Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 63 yards. Mixon with a first down carry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
When we talk about Aqib Talib, technique is not the word that comes to mind, but don't worry about that. This guy anticipates as well as anyone in the league, and he did just that, picking off another pass.
Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On second down, it's Taylor. And now look at him go. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they do the inning.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Cameron Hayward drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Matt Hawk now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 11. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Kyle Rudolph there to make the grab as his guys are able to regain the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Wilson. And he's